is not really about me. Today is about something I'm passionate about, I live for. Yes, I'm talking about jewelry. Imagine the first thought that comes to your mind when you hear the word jewelry. A necklace, earrings, rings, etc. But have you ever wondered why your primary thought on jewelry is not a numbers badge on a coolie's arm, or the national flag on a soldier's chest, the stethoscope around a doctor's neck, or a simple mole on someone's body? This is because jewelry has been so boxed up in a particular definition of words that our critical thinking around it is only limited to the fact that it is an adornment. Today, my motive to stand here and speak is to break the stereotypical narrative about jewelry and introduce a new realm of thought around the most sought-after object ever used by humankind throughout its existence. The reason actually why we perceive jewelry in such a way is because of the fact that we forget that we are not mere wearers. We are also admirers. Admirers of the curiosity in the intriguing pieces of art that adores the wearer. Jewelry carries with itself a narrative that encapsulates the artist's creativity, the wearer's identity, and the observer's curiosity. It becomes a symbolic bridge between the three, fostering the sense of community and shared appreciation for the art form. In essence, jewelry is a silent language. It's a visual expression that invites others to join in the conversation of your story. Jewelry is not confined in the realm of aesthetic. It is a medium through which we communicate our values, our beliefs, and our artistic sensibilities. As we wear jewelry, we not only just adorn ourselves, but we also do invite the world to engage with our unique stories. For example, a simple piece of ring can hold different meanings for different individuals. For some, it can be the reminder of their soulmate, the beginning of the journey of a lifetime bond. Or for someone, it can be the magical memories of their mother, who passed down that ring to them as a family heirloom. That is why I believe that jewelry is a remarkable medium of connection and communication. When we talk about jewelry, how can we forget about the creatives who created? Yes, I'm talking about the jewelry artists like me. I believe that we are no different, but we are brave thinkers. We are the ones who are not afraid to ask the question as to what jewelry really is. What does it really mean? How should it actually look like? The creators experiment a lot with every piece of jewelry that they make. They bear out their souls in the expression of their art, but also do they start a critical conversation that blurs the line between the dream and the real world. They passionately mix colors, textures, shapes, different sizes, and materials, which fires up the imagination and goes way beyond expectation. Today, I present the idea of jewelry as a rich educational tool that enables to explore across various disciplines. By viewing jewelry pieces as a textbook, I imagine a classroom where jewelry ignites curiosity, guiding learners into diverse topics. This approach aligns with the modern and self-learning, emphasizing critical thinking and personal relevance. Now imagine entering a classroom that is full of subjects. You are free to pick up any book that you want to. You are free to learn as much as you want to. And you're also free to just walk out and don't read anything, right? It gives a slightly absurd idea as to what kind of classroom it is actually. I will make it clear. I'm talking about a jewelry exhibition here. So when I see jewelry as a textbook, I also come with the fact that there are no mandatory attendance to go to, there are no grades to attend, and there are no typical textbooks here. Now, as an insider in the field of art, I'm particularly interested in not only the profound meaning of jewelry, but also in its immense educational value. In this era of autonomous learning, thanks to the pandemic now, we can reconsider the role of jewelry as a transmitter of education. Let us indulge in a lesson or few, and you will have a clear idea of what I really mean. Lesson number 1. We come to our first textbook, which is actually a golden shining bracelet. Not that we have not seen one before, but this seems a little different. When we have a closer look into it, we see that the actual ingredient of this bracelet is a contraceptive pill. Yes, shockingly so. This is a creation by Eva Van Kampen, which helps us dwell deeper into the questions of pharmacology, human rights, women's rights, abortion laws. We contemplate the connection between this topic and the democratic society that we live in. We recall hearing about governments passing some laws, some controversies, something related to abortion. Now, let's carefully close this book, leave it right there, and move on to our next textbook. The next textbook has an attractive, vibrant cover. It's a pink pendant, which is labeled Bra Gold. It explores the hidden aspect of mass-producing jewelry in China that speculates about the gold content in the items that were worn by the factory workers while they were making that particular jewelry. Despite very strict control measures, it is a convincing truth that the workers' clothes absorb teeny tiny amount of gold that is in the air, comes out while filing, while they are making that jewelry, so their clothes have now transformed in its own piece of jewelry. From used gloves to carpets to women bras, all these objects end up becoming precious pieces. Now, our thoughts race towards the question of ecology and ethics of using precious metals. We ponder upon the existence of uncontrollable processes and question the true value of things. We think about the difference between two terms, made of gold and contain gold. Now, people perceive these two terms very differently from each other. We dwell deeper into the rationality and pattern thinking of consumers, reminiscent of the diamond water theory, which says that although water is very important and far more valuable for the human survival, but it is a diamond which costs higher value in the market. This quite hard lesson beautifully intertwines economics and philosophy. Now, let's move towards our next textbook. Lesson number 3. There are 2-volume editions, a pair of beautiful necklaces, one of which is adorned with enamel blossoms. They were created by Mary Miller, who belonged to Trinidad and Tobago. Have we heard of these countries before? Let me help you. They have a significant history and gained its independence only in the year 1976. The red flower that is enameled on that necklace is actually the national symbol of the country. That is the flower chiconia, which blossoms around the end of August. That is roughly the same time the country actually gained its independence. Interesting. Now, the second necklace is actually adorned with words. It has a quote by Derek Walcott, a very renowned and internationally acclaimed author who also built his career on Trinidad and Tobago and ended up getting a Nobel Prize in literature. So now, when we think about these lessons, we note down something, but still, we have a lot in our mind going on when we go back home to them. So, to question, did we have any prior knowledge about all these subjects that I have talked about? Perhaps, maybe. Now, is it important to revisit these lessons and reconsider certain phenomena? Yes. So, can I say that this process was slightly educational in its nature? Absolutely. See, With only a few pieces of jewelry, we have discussed lessons in political science, geography, botany, history, ecology, philosophy, and even economics. And like this, there are numerous examples of jewelry artists whose work offers a multitude of lessons. Learning through jewelry aligns with current educational trends, such as self-regulated learning. In this democratically oriented form of education, the individual's willingness and ability to learn are key. Reflecting on our own thought processes, active engagement in the subject, critical thinking, and finding personal relevance is a subject matter. These requirements sometimes seems a little daunting, and we can think that the audience should have known a little bit about these subjects earlier, or they should have been overall intellectually elevated, but that's not the case. I favor Kant's idea of enlightenment, which says that the light of thinking is already present in every person. Therefore, there is no threshold for students in our metaphorical classroom. Each jewelry piece provides a space of thought, just as a forest offers different treasure to different individuals. You might find a single mushroom, someone might find a bounty of them, and some might simply stumble upon a bush of berries. I once encountered the term that a book is a walkable space. So now, when I'm referring to my jewelry pieces as a textbook, I understand that every jewelry piece also has its own walkable space. Like postmodern texts, it can be read and studied on various levels, depending on the learner's potential and curiosity in the subject. Moreover, jewelry can be used literally as a tool in early stages of education. Imagine using objects to teach basic skills to our children. Numbers, colors can be taught just by using jewelry pieces and not just using, sticks, colorful cubes, or just typical classroom books. Counting can be practiced using Gigi Marini's composite pieces. To understand the relationship between objects and language, we must go through the narrative-led artwork by Jonathan Matthew Boyd and many such others. As students grow old in age, they will have the opportunity to revisit these pieces and have a thought if they want to explore more about a certain subject in depth, thereby covering the entire school curriculum with a small object. And of course, textbooks are important. I'm not saying that we should not read them. However, it is an excellent example of fostering a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approach to exploring the world. Some may consider that this idea is really utopian, but why not we appreciate the thought of jewelry's centralized way of thinking? The educational value of jewelry remains to be an uncut gem in itself. Anyways, it is quite a unique phenomena to having the opportunity to study the entire world through these small objects. Henceforth, we all can now agree to the fact that jewelry in this era of cultural and artistic evolution embodies a multiplicity of meanings. It reflects the complexities of our society and individuality of our perspectives. In this ever-evolving art form that embraces diversity, innovation, carries with itself profound meanings and stories that connect throughout with people through creativity. It transcends the realm of fashion and ornamentation, serving as a conduct of dialogue and connection with the world around us. So, I can tell for a fact that jewelry is not just merely an art of adornment. It is a powerful medium of communication that can immensely be utilized as a medium of education and learning. Now, as I come to the end of my speech today, I would like to ask you a question. Please raise your hand and tell me how many of you believe that you're wearing any piece of jewelry today? Okay, that's like a 40% of all of you. How many of you can really give me a sweet smile today? Oh, beautiful. That's 100% of you. Congratulations, all of you are wearing the most precious and beautiful jewelry that you own. Thank you so much.